And
So I will
President
move
Trump has
on, sir,
rebuilt
and
it.
I'm going to reclaim my time. Is this war shaping up to be that war? Because it has every
We're shaping up to get the
indication
same
and
kind of
earmark for
Democrats we
that.
got in those wars, who were
Once
naysayers
again, you
from the
go back to
beginning,
parties.
undermining the progress
Can we
of
just have a
troops. We're
conversation
2
about the country
months
and the
in.
nation and not about parties?
The Democrat Party wanted to socially
Again,
engineer
we're
the
having
Department of War.
conversations about
We've had to undo that and get it to a point where it's
country
capable of
and not
protecting
parties.
power, and
Clearly,
that's exactly
you're not able
what
to
we've
have
done.
that conversation.
And
So I will
President
move
Trump has
on, sir,
rebuilt
and
it.
I'm going to reclaim my time. Is this war shaping up to be that war? Because it has every
We're shaping up to
2,500 San Diego Marines are off the coast of Iran. Many other San Diegans in uniform have gotten 48-hour deployment notices. So this war in Iran is not theoretical for me or for my constituents. It's deeply personal. As you also know, on Easter Sunday, President Trump threatened to
Dear Americans, dear Americans, dear Americans, every day we wake up from bed, we are always asking ourselves, what has he done again? What has he said? Dear Americans, you guys can do better. You guys are the shining light on the hill. You guys have bright minds. You guys are the nation that we all look up to. You guys can do better. You guys sometimes just have to use your brains. This is again, look how this man speak about what is going on in the world. They don't care. For them, this is just a show. For them, this is just a show on television. For them, they just come to throw punches. They don't care. This is your Secretary of War, Pete Dixon, or is it Hegseth? Pete Hegseth. Listen to how he responds. Listen to the reaction. Look at how he thinks about what is going on. They don't care because there is no accountability. There is no... Hello guys, this is D1W1 Unfiltered. My name is Dewey Banner King. Don't forget, please, there is subscription, there is a like, there is comments, and just help support the channel and let us all just watch this debacle. This is crazy.
to destroy Iran's bridges and power plants, writing, quote, "Open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch." And 2 days later, President Trump wrote, quote, "A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will." My office's phones have been ringing off the hook. I've heard from so many military families concerned about the president's mental fitness and whether he's fit to serve as our commander-in-chief, given that he's sending their loved ones into harm's way. Our troops, who have shown incredible bravery and tactical proficiency, deserve to know that their leaders are focused and stable. So, Mr. Secretary, you are with the president a lot, and it pains me to even have to ask this about our president, but my constituents' lives are at stake. Do you believe that the president is mentally stable enough to be the commander-in-chief?
Did you ask the same question of Joe Biden for 4 years?
Mr. Secretary, Joe Biden is not the president. Mr.
Come on, guys. Let's be serious just for once. Joe Biden is gone. Joe Biden is forgotten. Joe Biden has nothing to do with the price of gas now. Joe Biden has nothing to do with the high prices that we are all facing. Because not only you guys in America are facing the pinch of this war, we are all facing the pinch of this war. Joe Biden is not there. Joe Biden is somewhere in a retirement home, eating custard, cheating on himself. But the person who is now in charge is Donald J. Trump. The other day, yesterday even, Donald J. Trump was talking about, he was meant to talk about Iran, and he was instead talking about Ukraine. That's why they're asking, does he even know? Does he even know what is happening? When he put up the picture of him as Jesus Christ, he said it looked like a doctor. Somebody might have mentioned that this has been doctored. This has been doctored. Something has been added onto it. And then to him, he thought they said he was a doctor. That is why they're asking this question. Is he mentally there? Because at that age, sometimes, naturally, your mind starts to go cuckoos on you. So it's fair to ask this question because sometimes this man posts some things you look at it be like, this is posted by somebody who is crazy. And that is why they're asking this question.
Mr. Trump has been president for a year and a half, and I'm asking you
did
right
not.
now.
And I won't even engage with the level of disparagement that you're putting on the commander-in-chief, who indeed is,
Mr. Secretary,
every single day.
Mr. Secretary, Biden is not the president.
Sharpest, most insightful commander-in-chief we've had in generations.
You know that you are actually full of shit when you say an 80-year-old man is the sharpest. When you say an 80-year-old man is the sharpest, then that's when you know that you, this younger guy, there is shit in your brain. An 80-year-old man is the sharpest. Really? With all those truth social posts that he's posting, and you call him a sharp, he posts something that he doesn't even know. If Donald Trump is the sharpest, then America, you guys have a long way to go.
And you want to compare, you want to ask that question after you and your fellow Democrats defended Joe Biden, who could barely speak and didn't know what day of the week it was?
As you know,
he governed through an auto pen. You got a Secretary of Defense who went AWOL for a week. I can't be gone for 10 days, for 10 minutes.
I will reclaim my time.
Gentlelady's time. She reclaimed it.
So
he can't be gone for 10 days. Oh, he just corrected himself and said 10 minutes. So has he been gone for 10 days? Has he been partying with Kash Patel? As
Mr. Jimenez said, we should be taking leaders at their word. So is there a reason that we should not be taking our leader at his word?
Iran should not underestimate the will of President Trump and the United States military to achieve our mission.
You know, these people are living in a different reality. They are not living on this planet Earth. They are living somewhere else. Iran knows that this man is crazy. Iran knows that this man is stupid. That's why when Trump makes a truth social, what does Iran do? They mock him. They mock him. And Iran is ready for anything to be thrown at them. They have nothing to lose. They are on survival mode. You kill off their leader, their religious leader. You basically destroy the whole country. So now they are on survival mode. They have nothing to lose. They will burn everything down. So when you're saying Iran should not underestimate the orange man, you are mocking the orange man because Iran doesn't give a shit. That's why Iran is pulling the string when it comes to the negotiation. If Iran thought that Donald Trump was this strong, powerful man, they would negotiate as quick as possible. But Iran is bringing terms. Iran is saying we have our 10 points and we are going to stick to our 10 points. Iran is still blocking the Strait of Hormuz. Iran is not backing down. That means they are not scared. They are ready for whatever America is going to throw on them.
Okay, well, I want you to know this is not a partisan thing. In fact, many Democrats have had, many Republicans have had these same questions. Marjorie Taylor Greene said he's out of control and he's gone insane. Candace Owens said the 25th Amendment needs to be invoked. Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, who you used to work with, Alex Jones, Stephanie Grisham, the list could go on. So how do I explain to my constituents that while they are in harm's way, their commander-in-chief is posting these unhinged posts?
Listen to the answer.
How did you explain to your constituents what happened on October 7th? Or what happened in Afghanistan? Or what happened with the debacle and the withdrawal in Afghanistan, where the troops were left? How did you explain that with Joe Biden's leadership?
Mr. Secretary,
how did you explain that to the Marines that didn't get medals? That we restored their medals because of that disastrous withdrawal in Afghanistan. Did you explain that to your constituents when Joe Biden was asleep at the wheel and he had an AWOL Secretary of Defense?
How about this next post? How can I explain this next post to my constituents?
How can she explain this? Donald Trump really thought that he was a doctor. He thought that he was a doctor. You can see Satan at the back. How is he going to explain this? Since he can explain everything that Donald Trump does, since Donald Trump is the sharpest, how is he going to explain this? Let's see how let's listen.
I'm Jewish, so this doesn't really...
There's nothing because it was posted by a madman. That is the right answer. That was posted by a madman, so there's no way you can explain this. That's why he just did that. Because there's no way you can explain this. There's
bother
no
me,
way.
but my understanding is that this is quite offensive to many Christians. So how do you explain this post?
I'm not here to explain posts. We have an incredible commander-in-chief
Okay.
who puts our troops first. I'm here.
You have an incredible commander-in-chief, but you cannot explain a post that he made on Truth Social. You cannot explain the post he put on Truth Social. You are his Secretary of War. You spend most of your time with him, so you know him better. You should be able to explain this post. You should be able to say he thought he was a doctor. You should be able to say something, at least. You should. But now, since he knows it was posted by a crazy man, there's no way you can explain something a crazy man does.
Here for a budget hearing about our troops.
This is
historic budget that's giving
our
us a
troops.
chance to defeat
Mr. Secretary,
our adversaries.
Mr.
President
Secretary,
Trump is
please.
doing that
This
in
is my
world-class
time.
fashion.
This is
Again,
about
lady,
our
you've reclaimed your
troops.
time, Mr. Secretary.
This is about our troops. This is about who is commanding our troops and if our troops can trust that they are being sent into harm's way under good strategy. The mental stability of our commander-in-chief is deeply important to our troops. It's deeply important to this country. It
wasn't
our
important to you
troops'
during Joe
lives at
Biden.
stake. I'll remind you that when there were concerns, Democrats came together and he was not.
Why do these people keep going backwards? Why do they keep going backwards? They say what they are doing is right and just. Just explain it. Instead of going backward, when people have no real justification to justify their action, they will always find a way to push back. They will always say, just explain yourself. What is going right? What is not going right? What should she tell her constituent? We also, around the world, we are watching and thinking like, why are these guys doing this? We are also concerned. So when somebody is concerned, it's this
Our nominee for president. So I encourage you to have the same courage that Democrats had. Mr. Secretary, you keep saying that he is the best commander-in-chief we've ever had, the best negotiator.
Talk to the troops.
13 American troops have died. More than 380 have been wounded. The Strait of Hormuz, which was wide open, is now closed. Less than 90% of traffic through the strait is still not going despite the ceasefire. The Iranian regime is still in power. It still has nuclear material. The war is costing Americans billions of dollars. And Mr. Secretary, if you think that this is what winning looks like, then maybe we should be questioning your mental stability. Maybe you are the one responsible for this failure, and the president should think about replacing you.
You see why these people are not serious. He laughs. He laughs. He laughs. Dear Americans, what is wrong with you guys? How can you all watch this and say your Secretary of War is actually doing the right thing? He laughs. They don't care. Whether prices go up, they don't care because it doesn't really affect them. He has a budget. He can live on that budget. And he doesn't need to explain to anybody what he does with the budget. Because in this hearing, he was asked, what has he done with $25 billion? He's like, it's been spent for the truth. It's been spent. I say, what? Can you break it down for us? Oh, it's been spent. They don't care. Americans, what is wrong with you guys? What is wrong? Anyway, November is not far. You guys can fix this. Anyway, my name is Dewey Banner King. You're watching Dewey Unfiltered. If you can do those things, which are subscribe, like, comment to boost the algorithm, that will be awesome. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay safe, be good. We have only one chance to enjoy this world. Let us make it last long. Peace out.